So my name's Bob Friedenthal on LinkedIn. I'm under Karen, Caryn, and Bob Friedenthal, and it's spelled Friedenthal. And I thought I'd make it difficult, but giving you a difficult last name. I love to laugh, by the way. So if you don't get that after this meeting, then you go, gee. Okay, who's next up? Richard, you didn't really formally go, so why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure. I'm the CEO of Incentive Advisors. We are a group of consultants across the country. What we do is we work with small to mid-sized businesses. And as we speak, I'm going to change my background. Put on my cape. Put on my cape for this one. I'm also the vice president of Tax Law Associates. TL, what we do is we work with businesses to reduce the taxes of business owners. We represent Tax Law Associates. Tax Law Associates is a consulting tax law group that focuses on small to mid-sized businesses and typically is able to reduce the taxes of business owners by 20 to 40%. I thought I knew all this stuff and been around the business for a long time, and I did not have any idea until I sat down with Mike Fussell, who's the managing partner of Tax Law Associates, and realized how much overpayment is going on with taxes. Mike is an attorney. He's a master's of law in taxation. He's on the tax court review board, and he is a CPA. So what we do is we work with the business owner to identify those tax strategies that they can utilize to be able to reduce their taxes. When we reduce them, they are reduced forever. That once the strategies are in, they can keep taking advantage of that. I'm looking for people that want to utilize our system in order to work with them for their own program. For example, I have a lot of people that work with me that are investment folks. They're Series 7, they're doing investment stuff. What they use us for is we can open the door for them a lot easier, because if you want to talk to somebody and say, hey, Mr. Owner, are you paying too much in taxes? And we can help them. Then we do not interfere with anybody else's business. We don't interfere with the CPA or your financial planner. We don't sell anything except our strategies. So we help you get in the doors, and we help you open the discussion with your potential clients. So that's who I am. We are been doing this now for 27 years. Mike's been doing it for 27 years. We have almost 4,000 clients in every state of the union, and we are very common for us to reduce taxes by 30, 40, $80,000 per year for business owners. So we can open a lot of doors for you.
Good stuff. And you put your contact information into the chat?
I will. I'll do it. Usually do it a little bit later, because I know that when somebody comes in later on, they don't get the earlier chats. They don't get the earlier chat thing. So I'll make sure that it's in there.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's a good thing to look.
Yeah, if you put your information, I understand. I've never checked it, but my understanding is that if you put your information in at the very beginning of an hour's meeting like this, that people that have joined after you put your stuff in do not see your stuff. So you might want to just copy paste it in at the end of the chat, so you've got the information in. That's what I was told. I could be wrong.
No, that's pretty accurate. But on the additional side of this, where you see a picture of mycity.com, that's the head of my social media. His name is Mehedi, and we email you the video of the meeting and notes, etc. that are sent out to you. Richard, have you been getting those?
I don't remember seeing them. I don't remember seeing. No, I don't get a video of it that I recall.
Mehedi, you've been sending them out, right?
Please put your contact info so that I will give you the video.
Okay. Did you follow that? He said he will give you the video. So
I heard that.
we send that with that, but let's make sure we get the right email address into your profile on this Zoom meeting. Okay. All right. Let's see who's next.
I'd be more than happy to go.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm Tyler. I actually live out in Gilbert. I own a wealth management practice with Northwestern Mutual. A lot of the clients that I work with are nurse practitioners, doctors, lawyers, and young families trying to get their books set up, especially newly married couples with kids. Setting up anything with life insurance, disability, long-term care, brokerage and advisory portfolios, and retirement planning as well.
Yeah, make sure you put your contact information into the chat so I can send it off to you. I've got some people that I know that I'd like to refer to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And my team is now a team of 6. Collectively, we've been doing it for about 16 years with me and another advisor. And we have about 4 staff members that are CFP, CLTC, Series 7 licensed, etc.
Excellent. Excellent. I have a very dear friend that has an insurance brokerage servicing every walk of life. So see if he's still in Gilbert or not. Anyway, okay. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Who's next? Autumn, you want to go next?
I was first.
Oh, that's right. All right. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
All right.
I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Nice to be here with everyone. My name is Andrew Dowse. I'm a financial advisor with Raymond James here in Chandler, Arizona. Just joined the firm about a month and a half ago, but I've been in the finance industry for about 6.5 years. Been licensed Series 7, Series 66 since 2018. I was previously working on the wholesale and distribution side of the business, but decided to make the transition to the advice giving side. So really just looking for people to network with in order to build a practice and build a business. I definitely specialize in quite a few areas of wealth planning. Again, not just investment management, but tax and estate planning, insurance and risk management, as well as retirement planning as well too. So yeah, just happy to be here, and again, looking for a good network to connect with to build my referral network.
Good to have you with us. So by the way, we run this group weekly. It runs at the same time. And what I typically like to do is communicate with the people in the groups and help to refer them to each other as well. And this video is pretty powerful because they say that it takes 15 to 30 seconds for you to watch a video about somebody, and they look at your body language and your facial gestures to evaluate you. And that's written historically about, being interviewed, body language, et cetera, et cetera. So highly recommend that you put some additional contact information in there. Okay. And Richard, you went. Tyler, did you go? You already went.
We can go next.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
My name is RFC PHS Conference Room 4. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't think it was going to pop up like that.
You can change.
No, I'm Isaac Olson. This is Haley Schmidt. We work at Renaissance Financial. It looks like we're all financial advisors here, which is kind of cool. We're an independent firm. We're based in St. Louis, Missouri. We've been around since 1994. We have 5 different offices across the country. Ours is in Phoenix. And I think what is pretty cool is obviously we're together. We do joint work. So we have 2 advisors on one client. So we can kind of bounce ideas off each other. If she sees something that I'm not seeing, we can kind of, collaborate as opposed to one mind being on a particular client. And beyond that, we have a really deep bench, an investment advisory team, an estate planning attorney on staff. So although we're the points of contact, we have a really deep bench behind us that we can bounce ideas off of that have been in the industry a long, long time. So you can pick up where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the aspect of being fully private and independent is that we are fiduciaries. We have no proprietary products. We can scour the entire market for any investment, insurance, any play that you want that truly fits in the client's best interests. That's kind of Renaissance's whole ideal behind being founded, is putting clients' best interest above all else. So Isaac and I are excited to grow our business together, and we're excited to be a part of this group.
Good to have you here. So yeah, I love networking. I've been running networking groups for 25 years. And I always call them, and the purpose of the group is for giving referrals. You get to know people. That's the key to a networking group, is you get to know each other. And then I also have some software that I've created for doing the referrals. That's all under mycity.com, although we're doing a major league update right now, so I wouldn't bother with that, but that should be completed like shortly. Okay, everybody's gone, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about can you bring me a pad of paper and a pen? Let's talk about your challenges. Who wants to go first? What are your biggest challenges right now?
I can go first. Challenging is always just linking up and meeting new people. And more recently, over the last month and a half, 2 months, my business with my other advisor who we've ensembled with, every Thursday and Friday we use to network, and we're both former collegiate and professional athletes. So we are out on the golf course, we're out doing pickleball, other things that other retired athletes are doing as well to try and meet and network. But we use every Thursday and Friday to set up meetings like this. Like, this is my first time joining this call. And figuring out different ways where we can get in front of other people. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is more of our client meetings, but we also use Saturdays to host golf tournaments around the valley as well. So the biggest struggle for me is over the last few months before leading up into this, and now it's starting to not be as much of a struggle, is really networking and finding new people. As I think Northwestern Mutual, although we're not a boutique firm, I want to say we're well known, if you guys have heard of Northwestern Mutual or not, but it is there is a common misconception around life insurance and different strategies and the conversations that people want to have and don't want to have around their finances. And statistically, 65% of people want to have these conversations. They just don't know where to go. And so it's just getting in front of the right people at the right times. And we're figuring out day to day what that looks like. And from our research and from our experience, it's Monday through Wednesday is best for client meetings. And then Thursday, Friday is networking. So right now it's just the challenge of getting that up and running and having a system in place.
So you guys are working together to solve problems.
Correct.
Is that a good way of stating that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's the key to success, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So that I've been married for 40 years. Solving a challenge. No,
There you go.
just I like to laugh. If you don't know me, you'll get to know me. I love to laugh. All right, who wants to go next?
I can go. So I'm kind of the other side of solving problems, I guess. I'm not a financial advisor per se, but I am very skilled at what I do, as far as, assisting people with their books and helping them understand them, and how their financials on the business side look. One of my challenges is time, as is everyone's. I am still, unfortunately, working full-time as a project accountant for an environmental consulting company, and I'm running my business around that job. So for me, it's time and getting to a lot of the networking events so that I can continue to grow and eliminate that job. And my other challenge is just where I'm located. I'm like probably in the Twilight Zone area here in Arizona. Most people don't know where this is. Even people in Tucson don't have any idea where this is. And there's not a lot of even small businesses here in this area. So to try to connect with businesses, I have to do online marketing, which I've had to hire Bob to help me start beefing up my LinkedIn profile and connections and start growing. So marketing is certainly one of my big challenges other than time, as is, I'm sure, everyone else's.
Are there any concentrations of businesses that seem to work better for you than others? And by the way, this is a question should be going out to the group as well.
So I'm a generalist. I know everyone says that I should niche down, but I have a wide variety of background in accounting. I've worked with real estate companies. I've worked with brokers. I've worked with mortgage companies, dental manufacturing companies. I've worked for warehouse equipment manufacturing companies. I've just got such a wide variety of a background that I just tend to be more of a generalist. I would like to target the real estate market a little bit more, just because I'm very familiar with them and their terminology and some of the challenges that they have with, what they can deduct on their taxes, et cetera, like things like that. So I kind of would like to target them a little bit more than what I have already. But I don't have anyone specific. I'm currently working with, I've got a company that does commercial janitorial. I've got a metal fabricator. I've got a graphics company that does vehicle graphics. I've got a high school booster club that I do annual reviews for. I've got a variety right now, so I don't have a specific target.
That's good stuff though, because that's telling people that, you work an eclectic kind of clientele.
Yeah, I also have a salon, a hair salon owner up in Redmond, Washington. He was working for another salon and this salon, and then he and a partner bought the one salon. And so I just continued taking the books for him on that new venture. So now I do his little side gig because he's still doing that, and his new salon. So I have 2 hair salons that I service as well up in Washington.
So it's good being a generalist because you see everything, right?
I do. Yeah. I mean, there was just no way for me to decide what direction to go because of my background is so extensive. I've been doing this kind of work for, oh gosh, 25, 30 years. And it's only been since 2019 that my husband finally convinced me to branch out on my own, because I've been doing, such a great job with fixing AR issues and AP issues and creating processes for other companies. So why not, instead of getting paid as an employee, why not do it on my own for my own clients? So I'm
sorry, didn't want to step on your line. I thought you were finished on.
No, I'm good. I was just gonna finish that up by saying, I've been doing it since September of 2019 on my own, thanks to my husband. So
I would see, you and I chatted a little bit about this when we first started, but there's an old saw in the marketing world and selling world, and that's what's your unique selling proposition. Okay. Obviously what you do is not unique in the world. Okay. Right. So what you have to have, to me, what you need to have is, what is that unique selling proposition? Now, you just mentioned, for example, you just mentioned process. Okay. Yep. I would say to you that the businesses that you're looking for are not very good at process. Okay. Right. By definition, they manufacture their widgets, they sell their product, they do whatever they do, but they probably don't know the process. To me, if you focus on something like that is broad enough, you don't have to focus on that you work with only hair salons. But right. to me, if you talk about something like And now if you're doing marketing, especially if you're working with Bob and doing LinkedIn and getting out there, if you're able to talk with them about saying something like, you know, do your processes keep you up at night? Or, you know,
Right.
are you, you know, do you are your accounting books, are your books a confusing mess to you? Something that can grab their interest. It's not just
Yeah.
I've done accounting forever, because everybody does
Sure.
accounting, everybody's done accounting forever, but something that talks about that specifically, and then offer something like, you know, I'll give you a half hour to understand your process and give you some suggestions. Okay, I've been doing this for, you know, 87 years. You know, I'd be happy to talk with you. Something to offer them an ability to talk about something that they don't get. Obviously, they're not getting it from their current place. Otherwise, they wouldn't have.
Right.
Otherwise, they would be confused. And confusion is a good word. Are you confused about how your finances are working for you?
Right.
Something like that, so that you can get into a conversation that now you can talk and give them something. You know, I'll help you with your processes. So now you've got an opportunity to now talk about everything else you do. People will buy only when they're ready to buy,
Right.
right? And our job is to be there when they're ready, and have with them having the knowledge of what we do so that they can ask for it. But you've got to have something that is different from others, and then focus your discussion on that, so that so you get the conversations. Because all we're trying to do with marketing is get at that half-hour meeting, so I can understand more about your business and you can understand what I do. That's the whole process. You're not selling your product, you're selling the next meeting. So that
Yeah, and it's hard because I don't have an actual product or deliverable except
you
for
can't.
my brain.
You should create yourself a process manager. Answer these 10 questions about your process. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure you could come up with 10 questions. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you could with mine. Okay. I understand the stuff, but I hate doing it. So,
Right.
and that could be something that, do you hate keeping your books in order? Okay, let me help you. Okay, something that gets their attention, because there's going to be a certain number of people out there that have that as an issue, that to get it, just to and give them something, give them a complimentary hours discussion on how to create structure. Or I'll send you a checklist. I'll send you a checklist for things to identify, you know, as to how your accounting process is working, and then email them a checklist.
Well, you know, this is great stuff, because networking groups, you have to get to know the people, correct? And in the process of doing that, what I find is my favorite saying is, communication is 9/10 of the law. And when I bring on a client, my objective is to really get people to know each other. So, and you know what's amazing? When I bring on a client, I find that there's some hidden nuggets, some jewels in there that people do not do a great job of educating the people that they're speaking to. So this is a first time for a number of the people in this group, right? Let's get to know each other.
Yeah, I do have to run, guys. I do have a 10:30. Will this be at the same time next week?
Same time. Yep.
Okay, then I'll definitely have more time to get to know you guys. I'll block off the full hour. My apologies for not doing that in advance.
Got it. Got it.
Nice to meet you guys.
Cheers.
We don't tell everybody that it's a 1 hour meeting, but you know, you got to do a drill down, right, Richard?
Mhm.
We've always done is that drill down into finding out about people so you can refer business to each other. Now, all of you have found us through LinkedIn, right? Anybody not find us through LinkedIn?
I can't remember how I got referred.
I found you through LinkedIn, but I'm also working with you, so that's how I knew about it. I was part of the mastermind group too, so I've been getting the invites for a while. I just haven't been able to block out the time.
Yeah, with Breck. Right. Yeah, right. Okay, any comments?
I'd be very interested in how I'm sorry, you don't, your names are not on the bottom, so I apologize for not
Haley,
reading.
sorry, Haley and Isaac.
Got it. Haley and Isaac. I'd be very interested in how you guys are marketing. How do you find your potential clients?
Right. So Renaissance, we don't put advertisements on bus stops or on the, TV or anything like that. We run our business in the way that we do great things for our clients. And from that, our clients then spread our work by word of mouth. And we think that that is a more genuine and I guess it's for Renaissance and how we've been running for so long, it's been really successful because clients then can tell the people that they're in their circles with about what we did for their plan. And then sometimes there's some thing that we did for them that can fit into their friends or their, circles plan. And so we heavily rely on relationships. We, like we said, we're fiduciaries and we put our client above all else. So our relationship with our client is the most important thing. We, give our personal cell phone numbers and keep a lasting relationship with our clients. So we don't do necessarily like large scale marketing. Our marketing is more word of mouth, asking for referrals from the people that we do good business with, and then seeing our book grow from there.
I would say on top of that too, once we do build our book of clients, like I'm at a point now where I have a good amount of clients, I'll do a client event. Hey, come on out to, whether it's a golf tournament, that could be a little pricey if you put on an entire golf thing. But if you go play pickleball with a group of, 12 clients that are interested, bring someone that you think would be interested in what we do, and then buy them drinks afterward, kind of investing in your own business per se. And then once that happens, they get to meet you in person as opposed to seeing the Renaissance logo on the side of a billboard and then giving them a cold call. It's very important to nurture the relationship before you make an ask or make it a business type deal. We like to go out and meet someone on a personal level and then, see where our services fit into their life. So, yeah.
Do you do any educational webinars or anything like that?
We do. We have people that will go typically to present in person, whether there's a connection with someone. But that stems from a personal connection you make at a networking event, whether you meet them. Hey, I'd love you to come speak at this event and tell everyone about what you do. But I guess for me personally, this is kind of out of what I normally do. Meeting people on LinkedIn. Maybe that's something I could be better at. But up to this point, it's been more person-to-person contact, leaning on close relationships.
Lovely. I wish I was less. I wish I was less of an introvert. I am not a good. I am not a good mixer. I don't like it. I'm not. I can take it. It's not something that I seek. So that's always been difficult for me. So I've always looked at how can I market? How can I get that out there and reach? And right now I live in a place where I don't get this. I don't believe I have met in person maybe 2% of my clients.
Mhm.
I've probably got several hundred clients across the country, and everything that I do is in front of three screens in front of me. So my methodology of marketing is much different than what you're talking about.
Well, there's no one way to skin a cat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I was very curious about how you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I can totally relate to both of you guys because like Richard, I'm very much an introvert, which is why I have this type of business, why I'm in this industry, because we tend to be very introverted. But I've been part of the Better Business Bureau since 2020, and I have never been to a mixer until last year, because I finally came to a point where I was like, I need to go to where all the business is. And that's in Tucson. It's not here in this area. So since probably August of last year, I finally started going to the mixers, which was absolutely terrifying for me at first. I don't do well with meeting new people in person that I don't know. And it was very scary, but really good for me in personal growth and business growth. And so I have been working on building relationships with people in person, because mine is a very much a relationship type industry as well. People have to trust me with their financials, so they have to know me as a person. And so, you know, going to those mixers and meeting people in person has been really good for my business and its growth since August of last year. But the LinkedIn space and referrals, going back to Haley and Isaac, referrals have been the only way my business has grown until then. That's it. So, and I appreciate every single one of them, because that means that I'm doing a good job for my clients that are passing on those referrals. I've gained their trust. I've done what I needed to do for them, and they're satisfied with me. They're happy with me. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is one of those, you know, online marketing is one of those things, just in general, social media marketing is still new to me, and have not really found any success with it. You know, I haven't really done much with LinkedIn until I started working with Bob. So we'll see how that grows and moves forward. But yeah, so I kind of relate to the both of you guys.
That was interesting. I
Yeah.
have a bookkeeping company. And then I started a computer company after that. And in your area, have any of you heard of a gentleman named Tom Hopkins?
I haven't.
Okay, so who has?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so Tom Hopkins, when I started my computer company, I had to learn how to sell. So I came out of the accounting world myself. I was a director of accounting for a publicly traded company. And in doing so, I started studying Tom Hopkins. I used to take his CD, and I take, when I was driving into the office, I would listen to his CD about mastering the art of selling. And I followed him like it was a religion. I got so good at it that I started winning awards for major league companies like 3M, BASF, all these major league companies. And I won awards. I got trips to Italy. I got trips to Paris, Canada, and you know what? Makes you feel like $1 million when you're following. I used to call door to door on people, and
Not something that Autumn and I would like to do.
yeah, yeah. But once you start doing it, Richard, this is the irony. Once you start doing it a little bit, you test the water, you find out what you like and you dislike. I'd love to work with you on that, because if you can do that, I hate the word if. When you do that, what happens is it gives you a whole new light on how you do things. So
I live on the beach overlooking the Coronado Islands in Rosarito Beach, Mexico. So I'm not going door to door here.
I get you.
I need to go door to door by with the internet.
Right.
But that Jack had his hand up.
Yeah, hey guys, sorry. I was in the call for the first few minutes and then I had a client come in, and I'm actually in transit right now, which is why my camera isn't on. So I just didn't want to be cryptic. I wanted to introduce myself because I missed that at the beginning. But my name is Jack. This is my first time on one of these calls. I was referred by one of my friends. I work at Merrill Lynch in the Scottsdale Kierland office. Really, this is my first time joining one of these LinkedIn Zoom calls. The first 5-10 minutes was great. And then I had business get in the way and I just wanted to hop in now and introduce myself. say hello, say thank you to all for sharing, and really appreciate being here.
Jack, could you make sure you put your contact information into the chat room? I didn't check.
I will do that right now. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be great, because what we do is we record this session. And then at the end of it, if you've put your contact information in, we will email that to you so that you can follow up with people, the chat sessions and all that stuff. Look, it's always somebody said learning how to, oh, Isaac, was that you that said learning how to build a better watch or something like that? No? Okay.
Sounds profound though. I wish I said it. No, I don't think I said that.
Okay, well, you can use it. I love the laugh, gang. If you
Trying to
can.
wrap up the one-liners, you know, all those stories. That's what really what, you know, we do a lot of trainings. The more visual you can make it and relatable to real life, if you can draw a simple picture when you're explaining like how certain products work or why this is beneficial to them. I found that if you like, even if it's someone who thinks they know everything, if you can strip it down to a very kind of like 5-year-old level. I love when people explain things to me like that, because I can really understand how things are, you know, the foundation, and then you go a little bit deeper into things. So I've had some success with that. I know that's totally off topic, but that's what was on my brain.
What kind of trainings do you guys do?
That is perfect. Go ahead, Richard. I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious. What kind of trainings do you do?
So we have the way our firm works, we have a bunch of senior advisors who've been with the company since the inception. So we kind of lean on them, and they'll fly in from different cities. So for instance, we just had someone from the Omaha office fly in, and kind of his training was 10 ideas to make you money. Basically 10 things that he does and with client meetings in his business that have helped him like incrementally grow. And one of the ones was a picture that he draws to explain like a glass of beer or whatever it is, if you don't like beer, iced tea, and just how the product works. And it was really cool to see him, a guy that's had success in the industry, kind of pass along information that he's learned over the course of his career that we can now take into our client meetings. So that's really cool. There's a lot of teamwork going on, and the senior advisors that we work with, that we have in meetings with us, really want to see it succeed, and like genuinely. So there's not I mean, granted, Phoenix is a great market to be in. There's competition, but there's plenty of clients out here. So we're not competing over, you know, the same 10 clients, which is awesome. So it's a good thing we do here at Renaissance.
Cool. Okay. I was just curious, because I think educational meetings are great for clients. Again, people don't want to be sold something, but they'd like to buy if you give
Yes.
them if you give them the opportunity. So, you know, to me, education about whatever that might be important to them is a great way to introduce what you do in a non-salesy way. Because again, I focus on everything that I've done since I got out of college. I came out of UCLA Anderson School, and I've been working with nothing but businesses since that point. I've really not done much on an individual basis, except employees of those businesses. And, you know, so for me, it's a matter of trying to identify what is it that would be of interest? Why would they want to talk with me? What do I have that, you know, they may not have understood before, may not have seen before? Because if I can educate, now I begin to create a relationship that you can now start to do other things. So
yep. That's how we spend the first couple hours of our Mondays. We come in and, you know, so this week it was that guy, but it could be talking about a product. It's something different every single Monday. Which is cool. You build up that bank of knowledge, and then, you know, you look up and one day you have this big bank of, I know all this stuff now and I can apply it, you know, directly to client meetings and be a big value add. So,
right.
Good stuff. By the way, Cheryl popped in late. She's been a long-term member of this group. So Cheryl, you want to give us your elevator pitch?
No, I lost it in the move. We do. Uh, So I teach financial education and I'm based in Virginia right now. I went over there to help with the grandkids. And we still have our Wednesday classes and I'm working with some people to get our information out better and faster. But we help people. We helped a guy move some money from a lazy asset to help get that debt down so that he didn't have to pay so much interest on it. And that really helped a lot. So yeah, we find out what they need and plug them into the right people.
Cheryl, are you going to be moving back to Arizona?
February. My daughter-in-law is having her baby in November. And I don't know, they've been having heart problems with the kids, so we didn't know how much longer after that they're gonna need me. And then I'll go back to the kids in Arizona in February. I have February 18th is the scheduled appointments for my Arizona doctors. But right now I'm helping in Virginia.
Well, good luck with all that.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. You know what? I never really announced who I am and what I do. Did I?
Bob, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna apologize. I have a 10 o'clock and I have to prep for it. So I apologize, that. Nice to meet all of you guys, and
You know me anyway.
I know you anyway, yeah. Talk to you guys later. Take care.
Good to see you, Richard.
Yeah,
Nice to see you, Cheryl, and good to see
Sorry,
you all.
Isaac
We'll
and
talk
I
soon.
also, Isaac and I also have an 11 o'clock and we have to go as well, but we will see you
Okay,
guys next
well,
week.
we'll
See you
see you
then.
next week, and I